Hey, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Aaron.
Welcome to Two Dudes in a Corner. Boopity-doo.
Boop-boop-boop-boop.
The last episode of season 1, Two Dudes in a
Whoa.
Corner. Can you believe it's already here?
Get your boxes of Kleenexes out.
Yeah.
The tears are going to flow.
We've been
And
crying
we
for an
don't
hour.
For an hour and a half now.
Jeez Louise.
Just cleaned it up for this.
Do we look like we've been crying?
We reapplied,
Yeah.
all this stage makeup we wear for this.
Yes.
It was everywhere. It was dripping. But yeah, this is it, folks. This is monumental. This is a landmark. The sun is setting. Not even just in real life.
It's been
The
set.
sun's down.
Yeah.
Dang it! That picture was going to be so cool if the sun was actually setting.
I know.
The sun has set in real life. The sun is setting on the first season of this podcast. We can hardly believe it. Kyle, what are your thoughts?
We had fun. So we talked about this the other day. We were like, when going into this, we thought that everything was going to be great. We were talking about, and then we went through all kinds of life, and you guys did it with us, and we hope you enjoyed it. That's the thing, is like we did it for fun because we like hanging out and talking, and hoping that people would enjoy listening. And those who do enjoy it, we thank you. Those who don't enjoy it,
You're not listening,
you're
so
not
we don't
listening.
care.
But it has been fun. I really have. I think this is a good thing that we'll continue to do in the future. Just this is season 1 finale.
Yep.
Because you have to break it up.
You do, and we wanted to set a goal. You always do better when you have an end goal in mind, a starting point, a finishing point. So when we started, we said, let's do 20. And literally on I think the first or second episode, no, it was pre-launch. We had decided, well, let's just set an end goal and shoot for that and then see what happens after that, reevaluate. So I'm kind of teeny proud of us.
I'm a little teeny tiny proud of us
that we
too.
made it. We didn't let life get in the way. 20 weeks almost straight. We only missed 1 week.
I think
we only missed
was I gone
1
that week or something?
I was the Christmas week, the holiday week.
The Christmas holiday
Other
week.
than that, we were every week, which is incredibly important for podcasts, which the little research we did before launching one, that was the one thing that everyone said, you need to be consistent. People need to know on Tuesday morning, 5 a.m., they're coming at you. And we did it.
The cool thing is that this is one of the only things in both of our lives that is consistent.
Yep.
And so that's a factor.
That's helpful.
That's why I'm proud too.
Because we stuck to one thing in life.
We did.
We're going to throw some stats at you.
Mm-hmm.
We had our Spotify, and this isn't even finished because Spotify Wrapped, for those of you who know what that is. It's the end of the year summary of your listening and or if you have a podcast, your podcast performance. So they put it out at like the beginning of December, I think. So it only goes through 10 episodes. So this doesn't even factor in the last 8 weeks or so of episodes. So crazy. But we created 430 minutes of original content. That's more than 73% of creators in the comedy category. We are in the top 27% of content creators in the comedy realm, comedy category.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but that goes to show you what consistency, that's boils down to the consistency.
Simply.
And what's crazy is I saw on our YouTube as well, we, in the last month, racked up 100 watch hours.
Wow.
On our YouTube channel.
Dang.
So people who are watching entire episodes on YouTube, you've brought us to that 100-hour threshold. So we only have, I don't even know, not that many longer to get to the 400-minute threshold, 400-hour, and we can monetize our channel. Well, we also need 1,000 subscribers, but that's okay. That's beside the point.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You're next, Kyle.
Yeah. This one's fun. We were a 4.9 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I'm okay with. That one's hard for me.
Doesn't thrill my soul that someone out there dragged us down, and I don't even think they left words. That's what bothers me. When you give a bad review, you got to say why.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, "Oh, 3 out of 5." just because you don't like Kyle's facial hair. You can't do that. You have to say why. Don't like Kyle's facial hair.
And if you say that, what's wrong with it?
Oh,
I've been working hard on it.
It's solid. I know.
It's
and if it's my mustache, then you really can go hike home.
You can go hike it up the mountains.
Yeah.
Go
and
hike
if you don't
it up
have
the
mountains,
and get lost.
Hike somewhere where you're not just for,
comfortable.
Where you're very uncomfortable.
A little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And another one here is that we are top 20% most followed podcasts in the universe, right? They forgot those last couple words.
Didn't put universe in there. Yeah.
But top 20% most followed podcasts.
28% of your listeners follow your podcast, which is also key. A lot of people are just fair weather fans and they just clock in every once in a while. 28% of you follow it consistently.
Yeah, that's cool. Shout out to 28%.
Yeah.
You know?
You go, guys. Our top country is USA, which is really weird to me. I kind of figured we'd have
I thought this accent might get some more from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, and I kind of was pulling for Finland. I just, I had a feeling when I started, it's going to be Finland. But turns out I don't think we've had one listener from Finland.
Which is ridiculous. You Finns, man, you're hard to please, dog.
Finnish, right? Finnish.
The finesse.
Yeah, that's what they are. Your listener's podcast personality. So this is what Spotify describes all of you as: the enthusiast.
Super fans.
Your fans are super fans. When their favorite podcast releases a new episode, they're coming. I can't read anything. They're among the first to know, going above and beyond. Show their support. And that's you guys.
Yeah.
That's what we love about
the super fans. What up, the two dudes super fans? We should make a club. Exclusive club.
Very exclusive.
Not
Lots
a cult,
of money.
A club.
Right. It might resemble a cult by the time we're done with it, but it's a club.
Exactly.
Ritzy club. Lots of money. Dig deep in your pockets if you want to be in the club.
Top 10% of your podcast followers are billionaires? No, you're a top 10 podcast for 104 fans.
Yes.
Okay,
and
you're a top 5
podcast for 82 fans.
Top number 1 podcast for 32 fans.
I love it. 32 of you. Step up to the plate, whoever you 32 are, and show yourselves.
Because we're the number 1 podcast in the universe for the 32 fan category.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
For how many listeners we have, that's actually a fair, decent percentage.
I know. I just love that they were like, we got to give them a number 1 for something. So of all the podcasts that have exactly 32 fans, you guys are number 1.
Yeah. I'm over the moon.
If we were 33, it would have been the number 1 podcast for 33 fans. I feel like they just give that to
Kyle,
everyone.
Stop it. Just soak all this
I love
glory
it.
in from
I
Spotify.
love the glory.
We just had someone on YouTube the other day, if you're listening, comment on one of our YouTube shorts that we did. And he said, oh my gosh, I just stumbled on your YouTube short, started watching your podcast, and I'm already hooked. Can't wait to
That's big time, bro.
listen through all the stuff. So
I get hyped up on that crud.
We're getting around. Not to Finland, but we're getting around.
Are you sure he wasn't Finnish?
I don't think so. I didn't. You know what? I didn't ask.
You should have creeper
didn't creeper him. It's hard to creep on people on YouTube because their usernames have nothing to do with who they are.
Like Big Square Cat 14.
Right. Yep.
Like, who are you?
So I don't.
Reveal yourself.
I know. People are so secretive on YouTube.
They are. They're always hiding behind that little screen of theirs.
Don't be doing that.
Just so that, probably because they like to go post on people's stuff and they don't want to know what it is. Because if they say something funny or mean, and then just act like it's not real.
People hide behind their keyboards.
It's crazy, man. Cyberbullying.
Say it to their face.
It's a bad thing. Or maybe don't say it at all. Probably would be the answer.
That's true too.
Yeah. You ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't even say it at all. That's what my papa used to tell me.
It's true. It's true. Let's talk about what we've learned from the podcast.
Oh, man.
From doing a podcast.
You don't make a lot of money. Usually.
Why'd you bring that one up?
Sorry, that's something I learned. You don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, probably. But right now, no.
He's right. We didn't earn a whole lot. Secondly, you don't have to do a lot of planning for your content. Other than, I think, the one we did about world records. I don't think we did any prep ever pre-show.
I think you're very right.
I could be wrong.
Incredibly right.
No, we did the questions about one another, but that was you guys giving us content.
Gosh.
We didn't even come up with that.
Remember when we said we were going to shout out people who gave us reviews? We never did that.
I think Dre was the only one that did it.
Dre, what up? Thanks for the review, bro.
And he did it on Facebook. Dre,
that works.
Thank you. We'll take it anywhere.
We'll take any.
You could etch it on your bedroom wall for all we care.
Just send a pic.
Yeah.
Actually, please do that. That'd be hilarious.
Cool. Yeah.
Gosh, are you really a fan if you didn't etch just 2 dudes in a corner, 5 stars on your wall, and then give us a little review on it?
Or try and draw that. Try and
send us it. The address is 912 4th Street, Fulton, Illinois, 61252. Send us your best drawing of our caricature or your best drawing of something else.
Yeah.
Cats.
And send us what you learned from our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd like letters. Letters are cool.
We love letters. We love letters. No, but we'd take them.
Yeah.
I'd open them. Just make sure there's no anthrax in them.
Anthrax? No anthrax.
Do you remember when the anthrax
Skittles?
thing was scary? Oh, we do take Skittles.
We like Skittles.
So if you want to throw a few Skittles in our fan mail.
What's your favorite candy?
I'm not a big candy person.
If you had to choose.
But if I was, on a table being force-fed candy, I would take either strawberries.
What? Dude.
Starburst. Starburst. Sweet Tarts. Shock Tarts. Nerds.
That's like, I asked number 1. I don't
Spree.
want top 10.
Spree.
Spree is number 1.
I think I go with Spree.
I have a newfound favorite candy, I think.
Say it.
It's the Nerd Clusters. The Nerd Ropes, how it's got the gummy in the middle and it's got nerds all on the outside of it?
I don't think I do.
Okay, well, it's like that. It's got a little gummy center.
Okay.
Like a chewy gummy center, and then it's covered in nerds. And I don't know why they're so good, but you cannot stop eating them.
Wow.
But favorite chocolate? Probably Twix bar.
Oh, no. Snickers?
Snickers your favorite?
Oh, my gosh.
You love a Snicky?
What? Why try something else when you found perfect? Snickers is one of those things. When I think of my grandparents, my dearly beloved Grandma Audrey and Grandma John on my full inside, she always had in her fridge a bucket of Snickers and as much pop as we wanted.
Oh my
So my childhood was pop and Snicker bars.
What kind of pop?
Normally Pepsi.
Oh.
Pepsi and Mountain Dew, but I always liked Pepsi way better.
Really, you're a dark cola guy?
I'm a dark cola guy or a clear.
So like a Sierra Mist, yeah.
Guy. Yep. You?
Who just drank? My nephew just drank a Sierra Mist for the first time at the trampoline park.
Is his life
different?
And
his eyes got so wide, and he's like, "Dad, I think I like this."
Yeah.
What kind is this called?
It's
Sierra Mist,
it's
buddy.
something. We did for New Year's. This was kind of fun. We had friends coming from out of town for New Year's Eve, and then the friends couldn't come, and then it was just going to be 2 friends, and then literally an hour before they were supposed to be there, they texted and said they were sick, and so we had to readjust and be like, oh my gosh, no one's coming for New Year's Eve. So that always, for a second, you're like, this is a bummer. But then when you like capitalize on the moment and decide we're ringing in the New Year's as a family, it was so much fun.
That's so cool.
And so we decided the kids could stay up till 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And every
Holy
hour we popped a balloon that has confetti in it. And so we'd all get under the balloon and we'd hold up the balloon and we'd pop it, and all the confetti would come down at the top of every hour from 6 until 10. The kids love that. PM? Yeah, PM.
Whoa.
And then we did, what else? I'm bringing this up because we had a beverage that was so good. We did grapefruit sparkling water mixed with Sprite. And we had it in fun, fancy glasses and read a book of manners while we sipped our beverage. And it was so good. The grapefruit mixed with Sprite, Whole.
You should pitch that to Sprite.
Whole.
Make a grapefruit Sprite, bruh.
There you go, Sprite. I'm sure Sprite's listening.
They gotta be.
They gots to be.
That's awesome. New Year's, what did I did? Oh, I hang out with my daughter. She's beautiful and perfect. And then my friend Judd came over and we ordered pizza from Domino's and we each ate a whole pizza. And then I had a ton of Little Debbie's in my room, so we ate a ton of Little Debbie's, and then I brought out 4 packs of cookies and we pretty much ate probably at least half of them. And then I woke up the next day with a headache because I had too much sugar.
That figures.
Yeah, it was real fun. We watched, what did we watch? I don't remember what we watched. A movie. I fell asleep.
Watched a movie.
I fell asleep pretty quick into the movie.
Did you make it to midnight, though?
Yeah, that was like 1:30 or 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we barely made it past midnight.
It was fun, though. Very chill, very low-key.
Yeah. Low-key is fun. We played Oregon Trail, too. That was another thing we did.
Oh, my gosh. The OG.
So fun. It was so fun.
We just played, Aaron just played PlayStation 4 for the first time. Right before this podcast.
I did.
First time, right?
First time.
Yeah. Played NBA 2K.
Might be my first time playing a PS4.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I played a system. No. Last February, I played the Switch for one night.
That counts, but it's very different. And I love the Switch. That's a great console.
That's all I've played since college.
Are you serious?
I think I'm serious. That's crazy.
That is.
Which it's been 10 years since I've been in college. So that's just not something I've done much of in my life, but I did tonight.
Yeah, we played NBA 2K, and he got significantly better from the start to the finish. There's no doubt. That's like Kobe Bryant in the last game, which isn't really fair, but we're not talking about
He had someone else.
Allen Iverson. He had 70 points.
Allen Iverson. He was pretty good. He was pretty hot.
He was so good. He's my favorite player.
To this day?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, favorite player of all time.
Well, no wonder you played him.
And I remember I had one of his jerseys when I was little, but I was a super fat kid, if you guys remember from the 42 episodes that we talked about it. And so it was really tight on my fat rolls, and I love looking at pictures of me when I was wearing it because it was like skin tight on an Iverson jersey, and I thought I was so good at basketball when I had it on. Can you just picture like a really fat kid wearing a really tight jersey?
I can.
And like his little rolls are hanging out. That was me.
I might have seen you.
Yeah, probably did.
Seen you about with your rolls hanging out.
Yep, I had an Allen Iverson jersey that I wore all the time, and I had a LeBron James jersey that I wore all the time. Similar for both. Both were a little too tight.
I also had a jersey, Bulls. And same problem, but my older brother told me to stop wearing cutoffs because he saw my fat hanging out.
That's so
He's
rude.
Like, you shouldn't be wearing those. So I stopped wearing them.
What was the Bulls jersey? Michael Jordan? It was Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good jersey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever had one of those.
Seriously?
I probably did.
He was pre-you. He was pre your heyday.
I was a huge Michael Jordan fan, though, but I never got to watch him on TV. It was always just highlight videos. Me and Zach Barber used to watch highlight videos of him and Allen Iverson all the time, for hours.
Wow.
We just watched their highlight videos. And Kobe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever watched a highlight video in my life.
Yeah, we used to be like an and one. They used to have those and one, remember? And that was the thing where like it was street basketball and they would do crazy like ball handling moves. We would watch them and then we'd try to do the moves and we could never get them. Zach could. He was really good, but I was not as good.
That's okay.
And then he turned out to be one of the best ball handlers I've ever seen.
Zach Barber?
Did, yeah. And I think it's because he always watched these and one videos and would just mimic them. And he was homeschooled, so he didn't have school pretty much ever, so he would just play basketball all the time. And his driveway was really bumpy and like gravelly and not good for basketball. And I think that made him better because it was never an even surface. So his playing on an even surface was way easier. And his hoop was so janky. And I remember it was like right in front of his garage doors, and we'd always miss and smoke these garage doors, like holes in his garage doors and stuff. It was a plastic garage door. It was so fun.
Good times.
Yeah, and he fell once and got gravel stuck in his knee. And I had to watch his mom pluck it out. I don't have to watch, but I did watch. Wow. And he's still got scars because we talk about it almost every time we see each other.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of background.
That's how you know you're really into the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got those kind of scars. We had a backyard hoop that was incredibly low. It was on the back of our garage. And we had the most fun just it was a very low garage. And so we would throw a basketball up on the roof, and then alley-oop ourselves.
Oh, that's fun.
All for hours.
That's fun. We actually play a game at my friend's house where you throw a volleyball up, and you have a line of people, and the next person has to go up and try to like make it so they have to hit the roof, but they have to make it so the other person can't get it, and so the ball hits the ground, then that person's out, and you do it to last man standing. It's super fun.
You know, being a kid and coming up with games was the best phase of life.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like it.
Now we're just boring and old.
I know. Now I hear that, and I'm like, wow, that sounds like a lot of effort.
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
No, we play that game still. That's a new.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
but you're far younger than me, so it makes sense that you're still playing that.
True. Probably
you're
close to
practically
20 years.
Younger? We're pushing 20. Yep, pushing that.
You said
closely.
It was 10 years ago since you were in college. 10 years ago, I was 16, which to me is still crazy to think that. Usually, it used to be when I was like 10 years ago, I was like 10 years old. That's how it feels, you know. But now I was 10 years ago, I was 16.
Yeah.
I'm getting old, guys.
That percentage gets big, fast.
That's crappy.
Because I remember someone figuring this out. This was blew my mind. So they say time always feels like it's going faster the older you get. I believe that forcefully, full complete, 100%. And I have noticed that. I remember when I was a kid, a year felt forever, and now the years go like that. Well, someone explained to me that percentage. So when you live your year from age 1 to age 2, that's literally, 50% of your entire life. That ratio goes down. So when you turn 10, it's only a 10th of your life that goes by every year. Then when you're 20, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that fraction, you're living more and more of your life. So those time chunks are less and less. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Time's a made-up thing anyway, so
I don't believe in it.
No.
Certainly don't.
Time's not real.
Doesn't affect me a bit.
Doesn't make me older. I'm still 16.
How are you different from when you were 16?
Not
that you're pretty much the same?
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Probably more handsome.
Yeah.
Than when I was 16. More humble.
Those were perfectly timed.
Right?
That was well done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. In every way, probably. I'm wiser, older, wiser. Probably wiser.
Maybe a little wiser. That's probably good.
I've learned a lot through these past 10 years of learning. Imagine. I think about this too. In our lives, especially people's lives that are very not structured. Like we don't have jobs that we go to every day and stuff. And so every day is brand new for us.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, probably.
Yep.
You get a new opportunity. Same here. And I think that makes life so much different because it just makes it different. Because you never know, like time is just so weird because I have no idea what my life's going to look like tomorrow, let alone in a year. I can't even imagine. If you would have said you would be doing this exact thing a year ago today, I'd have been like, that sounds like it might happen, but there could be 1,000 trillion other things I could think that might happen too.
Right.
You know?
Things change on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people just kind of do the same thing all the time, which is great. And sometimes I envy that a little bit, for sure. But I think it's fun and exciting living this like sporadic, crazy life that we live.
Yep.
So
I agree.
That's my 5 cents.
That was a whole nickel, folks, from Kyle Hubner.
Whoa.
I was right before this walking up on the Riverwalk here, which is like 2 blocks away from here, and was reminiscing walking by. There's a windmill here. There's a Dutch windmill, and there's a little museum right next to there. I used to meet with the tourism crew at this. It's called the Windmill Cultural Center, and it's just so surreal to look at this place that was part of my world 2 years ago, and I'm so far removed from that. Like it feels like ages ago. And I worked for the city of Fulton for a year and then was sponsored by Fulton Corp for a year. And now I'm almost at a year of being my own person, it's just bizarre to me.
Yeah, it's
every
crazy.
time I think through the last 3 years, I'm like,
yeah,
how did that even all happen? It doesn't feel that fast. But
it's just crazy.
that's how
It's local, actually.
it's so loco.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was in college, I think some of the biggest lessons I've learned have actually happened in the last 3 years. I think I've grown the most in the last 3 years of my life than I have combined ever.
Yeah, I would
Up until
probably, I would agree with that in my life as
3
well.
or 4. 2019 was a turning point year for me. And I don't know. There's something about hitting rock bottom. You feel like you hit rock bottom and then rebounding from rock bottom that has you, as you're resurfacing, learning things like you're swimming from deep water to the surface. That feeling of like, it's like a rush. And it's amazing. It's hard, stinking hard, but amazing at the same time. Cause I'm like, I am so glad I'm not 2019 Aaron or 2018 Aaron anymore. And that's the goal. You want to grow. You want to grow as each year goes.
You want your arms to grow.
Yeah.
Your mind.
Yep.
Your arms. Mostly.
Bodily, emotionally, spiritually.
Bodily.
Physically, is that what they call it?
Physically, usually. But bodily works. Same synonyms.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually just read that verse in 1 Timothy chapter 4 about bodily exercise profits a little. And godliness profits not only for the lifetime we're living, but the lifetime ahead.
Yeah.
So you want to do both. Yeah. Bodily exercise profits, godliness profits.
Oh. Yeah, absolutely. I seen the Francis Chan video from a long time. It was probably like 10 years old now. But he had this like super long rope on the stage, and there was this little red piece at the end. And he's like, so many people are so concerned with this little piece of the rope being life here on earth, and then eternity is the rest of the rope. Like, you're so focused on this. You're looking to try to make enough money so that when you get to this part of the rope, the red part, then you'll be comfortable for this part of the rope. And then, but it's like, why are you focusing so much on this part when there's all the rest of this rope for eternity that should be the goal? And that's the cool part about loving Jesus, is that you have hope in eternity and eternal life. And that's only through Christ is that possible. And it's promised. And so
that's good.
We're just a vapor, We're just here and we're gone.
So fast.
Here and gone. Like a vapor in the winds.
And I also, in that same passage, this is how I've been going through, we talked actually last night about goals for the year. One of them, a couple, Kyle included, reading the New Testament through or reading the entire Bible through. People have different approaches to going through scripture. And the most recent one that I've been doing that I think works really well for me is reading like a chapter at a time and reading that chapter daily and journaling about one verse that sticks out to me until all the verses that stick out to me in that chapter I've journaled about. And then it feels like it sinks better. And I'm loving it. So I've been in 1 Timothy, thank you. 1 Timothy chapter 4 for like a week. And the one I wrote about today, or journaled about today, was we toil and strive, and to this end, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, don't mess this up, Aaron. This is once in a
really
lifetime.
Stressful. But it's basically the hope of the Lord is what keeps you going through toil and striving. Because sometimes when you're going through it, it feels like, why? Why am I toiling? Why am I striving? Here we go. 1 Timothy 4. I'll just read it to you folks, and you just...
Please, we're all dying.
Would you mind just sitting there while I do this? Oh, this is embarrassing. I think it might be 2 Timothy.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Bolin.
Yep. Here we go.
How
Here we go.
dare you get your 1 and 2 Timothy confused.
Hang
Which
on.
Timothy is it?
You just talk.
All right. Well, here's the thing about Timothy. If you didn't know anything about
young.
Timothy.
Do not despise his youth.
He's a young man, but he's a smart, wise young man whom Paul really was fond of. Right?
Yes.
Very fond of. It was like his little mini sent around.
His little mini me.
Yeah.
No, I was right. I'm right.
Of course you're right. Why would you be wrong?
Okay, I would like to just say I was right. 1 Timothy 4. It's just in a version I'm not used to.
Oh, jeez.
So for physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. And then here we go. That is why we labor and strive, because we have put our hope in the living God, who is the Savior of all people, and especially of those who believe.
Yeah.
So that's why we labor and strive. There's reason for it. We have put our hope in the living God. Our lives are far more important. What am I trying to say here? Living in light of what's beyond brings so much meaning and purpose to the icky, wicky parts of our lives.
Yeah.
The toiling, laboring, striving, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you are feeling a little overdone as 22 comes to a close and 2023 begins, remember that. Set your mind on that.
Yep.
There's purpose to your pain, as difficult as it might be to bear.
Yeah. Yeah, pain sucks. It's not the most fun, but necessary for growth for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like
a lot of ways.
Weightlifting. I remember someone telling me how crazy it is that when you lift weights, you're damaging your muscles. You're just damaging.
Micro tearing.
Thank you. And then blood seeps out, seeps in, blah, blah, blah. And it seems like, why am I putting myself through this pain? And then the results make sense. And that's just life.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense until later, and you're like, oh, okay.
Now I look cool.
I'm life buff, you know?
We did back and biceps today.
Yes,
and
we did.
And some abs. Aaron got after it, dude. I wish you guys could see how good he does without even doing anything ever. He's just like a natural, good at everything kind of guy, I feel like, a little bit.
False.
Not false.
False.
Like your form is pristine. I don't have to watch you do things because you just do them well.
A lot of people first.
But a lot of people could watch me 100 times and still cannot comprehend how to do something. A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, like you have to physically like bend them and shape them and mold them. But I'm just like, I personally can watch someone do something and then mimic them. Yeah. But some people just can't, which is fine.
That's fine.
But you're good at mimicking. Like I could show you one time and then be confident that you could do it.
Well, thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. He has gotten out of, for those of you, have we talked about this? Kyle used to train more regularly, people, like one-on-one, and no longer.
None.
Do you have none?
Zero. Yeah, I never trained.
Which is the direction you wanted to go, right?
That's the direction I needed to go as well. Yeah.
He's good at it, though. He could do it.
Yeah.
So if any of you have, like, a lot of money and... right? I mean, if the price tag was high enough, right?
Probably not.
Come on, somebody out there challenge him.
It would have to be honestly though, because the freedom that I have isn't really worth. I just got so burned out because I did it so much is the problem. And here's the thing: is I was really good at it because I did it for a very long time. It's not like I was just immediately good at it. It took a lot of practice and learning and all this stuff. And I know that I would do well at it if I did it, but I have to just trust that my people are going to do it well too, which they do, an awesome job. And it just frees you up to focus on the business part, which is what and just kind of like the relationship building, like going around and just saying what's up to people makes a huge impact. Like I literally try to say hi to like everyone that walks in when I'm out there, just say like, what's up, dude? Like give them a high five, hype them up a little bit and they smile and that could have been the best part of their day. You know?
It's huge.
And so that's like that's my focus. I love that part of it more than I loved the training aspect.
Yeah.
And
that seems like a good fit for your personality to be able to just spread yourself out rather than, being zoned in on one person. So
it's very hard. It became exceedingly more hard to train, especially one-on-one, which I did very little unless I really needed money. And then I would do it for something.
You did group classes.
I did lots of group classes. Like that was primarily what I did. But the one-on-one, it would be so hard because everyone would come in and want to talk to me while I'm one-on-one training. And it's like, I got to focus on this one person, but I can't. And then you start to feel bad. Because if you are personal training, if you're a personal trainer, they're literally paying you to talk to them.
Right.
Not everyone else. And so, it's probably annoying for the other people. And I realize that. It's just a hard balance. So that's why I don't train much. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were still teaching classes when I first met you.
I was teaching classes up until this past May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I did a little promo video for KT3 when I worked for the city of Fulton, and when I came in to get some footage, you were teaching a class.
Yeah. That's so crazy. That was how many years ago?
Pushing 3.
3 years.
March will be 3.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
I was 23 then, and I'm 26.
I know.
Holy moles.
He had a basketball hoop in here.
Yep. That I had to take out because I live in the back of the gym, and if there was someone dribbling a basketball at 2 a.m., it would irritate me.
Yeah. You could have put it
heavily.
in here.
The ceilings aren't as high.
Oh, yeah, and you park your car in here.
Yeah. But I'm looking at this is crazy, God, awesome moment. God is awesome moment is what I meant to say. Also a God awesome moment. That kind of works.
Just roll with it.
I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah.
The Holiday Inn Express in Clinton called me and said, hey, you can come pick up our cardio equipment. We're getting new stuff. And I was like, okay. So Aaron and I were hanging out, and then we went over to get it. And it's like very good condition commercial equipment.
Very expensive equipment.
Very expensive. Like if you bought the stuff new, you'd be spending how much?
I think you said 7.5
to $14,000 at least, and that's like minimum. Yeah. So that was cool. Free little gift. Thank you, Holiday Inn.
That's a crazy. It's
crazy.
But I've always said, if you know Kyle, these kind of opportunities just seem to pop along every once in a while, where someone just happens to have, $14,000 worth of assets that they want to just give.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I don't hate it.
Add it to your resume.
Yeah.
People give me things.
It's true. I've always been notorious for getting free things. All the time.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I would not complain about it.
No. I really enjoy it. But I'm trying to think of what was all free in here. That rack. The
coat rack?
Coat hanger. Yep. All the couches in here. The bed that's over there. The crib. One of those bikes. There was like a $1,500 bike given to me.
That's just in this room.
That's just what I'm looking at right now.
Literally all his eyes can see.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then this beautiful cardio equipment.
Have you listed it?
Yeah.
Any bites?
Yeah.
Really?
But I don't know if they're real.
Oh.
I hate when that happens.
I know. Facebook's a weird place.
So awkward. That's an awkward place.
Facebook Marketplace. There's some uniques out there.
A couple of uniques out there for sure.
I feel like it ebbs and flows. Like, remember when Craigslist was super cool and then it became super janky and kind of creepy? I feel like Facebook Marketplace is kind of ebbing and flowing now with that same problem.
I've had good luck on Facebook Marketplace though.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Have you sold a lot of things?
Decent amount. We did more of it a couple years ago. We haven't done it much lately.
People are addicted to looking at Facebook Marketplace.
Unbelievably so. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just find myself in the marketplace. I'm like, why am I even here? I'm not looking for anything. And they know what you're looking for, which is the worst. So then they just catch you. And you know what mine is always? Fast cars and weight equipment. And that is it.
Fast cars.
Yeah. I like cars that I don't need, but I'm like, dang, that is cool. Wouldn't suck to have that.
How much are cars on Marketplace?
They're depends local, on the car.
They're like just local people selling on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, I have my range set at 100 miles. So it's like within 100 miles. So
wow.
With a lot of like Rockford and stuff.
So yeah, it
nice
would
cars.
never show me cars. Never.
What?
Facebook would.
Now it is going to.
They'll be like, is this
Aaron?
Aaron?
You should
Is this
say
Kyle?
that.
Yeah, we have gotten a decent amount of furniture from Facebook Marketplace. It's good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about selling that one couch right there. Do you guys have any use for a couch?
I don't.
Is this something we discussed on the podcast?
You guys we're pretending you left the room. No, I don't think we need a couch, but thank you.
Okay.
See how comfortable we are with you guys here? It's like you're not even here. So as we, walk out into the sunset that is no longer setting, we don't know what's next, but we are open to your feedback.
Yeah.
If you ever have thoughts, or if you've gone through a box of Kleenex already, just thinking about us going off the air for a while, we'll hear from you.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want us to do next.
It's a good break because it's been so much work.
It's been,
so much.
A little overwhelming.
Labor and toiling.
Yes. Strivings, toiling, laboring, so much over this podcast. So we frankly have earned a break.
While I'm on this break, let me just discuss that I'm going next week to Tampa and then Dallas, come back for 2 weeks, Gulf Shores for a week, come back for a week, Dubuque Water Park for 2 days, back for a week, probably Tallahassee. Hopefully Judd's not watching this. And then back for like 3 weeks and then Tampa again. And then back until I figure out what the next best place I want to go. But that's my foreseeable future plans of traveling, which I'm excited about. And then this fall, which I'm sure hopefully we'll talk before then, I'm going to Scotland and then some other places in Europe with my mom because one of my best friends is getting married in Scotland. So we're flying out there for the wedding, and then we're just going to take a little European tour around Europe and then fly back maybe from London.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The life of a wayfaring stranger.
It's rough.
Good times.
I don't know how I do it.
I don't either. But I hope you have a great time.
Thank you. I might.
All right, folks. Well, Kyle, you can check us out for the very last time.
I'm actually feeling a little emotional since you said that.
I know.
I don't want to.
You gotta.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you guys for listening, and seriously, give us your feedback, and or just message us if you want to say hi, because we like to say hi back. It might take us a while, but we like to say hi back.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you don't know by now, we love you, even if we don't know you. Until next time, my friends.
From our corner of the studio,
Ciao.
farewell.